Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Gimpy again, and I'm here with some conflict of heroes for you. I'm over here at their booth, and they were nice enough to let me take and show you guys a little something. They took the time to show me how the new system's going to work with a weighted die in the conflict of heroes series, and that it's not going to take and have the action point system that you had seen previously. It's going to bring off the die and make the combat go a lot quicker. So one will go, you roll the die, you're going to compare against whatever the point cost of the action would be. So, for example, we have 4 here, so that would be the cost. You will take and roll your die, which again, weighted, so it's going to have like 2 1s, 2 2s, 3, 4, those numbers like that, so it's not going to be a standard D10, and then you're going to compare that against whatever number that you have listed down. So if you beat the number, you take it, you're good, and that's what you're looking for. So like the movement, obviously, if you've played the system before, you've got a move factor of 1, but you've got bonus movement listed down beneath it, so it's going farther than 1 hex, but you're going to take and use that die system compared to the point cost. Now this isn't out yet. This is going to be coming out with the newest edition of the Storms of Steel. So yeah, because they got the pre-order listed down here, Storms of Steel, and the rest are going to take and be upgraded to that at a later date. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully I can prove it at a later time and get the information on that. But I gotta say, I've had a little bit of experience with the Conflict of Heroes system in the past, not as much as I like, but the die system that they're going to now versus the point cost system, because previously you had 7 points, you'd spend 7 points, and then at the end of that, the unit would be flipped over to a use slash, done, and then you would take and do that until both players pass. And now you're going to be using that dice system, so units can take and keep continuing with actions depending on how much or what you roll on the die, rather. So I gotta say, the system has really intrigued me, and I'm really looking forward to it coming out. I will keep you guys updated. I've gotten contact information from these guys. They've been nice enough to talk to me about it. So as soon as I know more about it, I will let you guys know. Y'all take care. I'll see you in the next one.
Okay guys, this is just a little addendum that I'm tacking on here to the end, because I know the quick video that I recorded while I was there, it's kind of a dull roar in the background and it's hard to hear what I'm saying, so I'm just going over the key kind of points that I was trying to get across in that video again, in case you guys were having a hard time hearing me. I threw an image of a counter up in the top right so I could go over it real quick, and just in case you're not familiar with the system, you'd understand the concepts that I was talking about. Starting at the top left of the counter, you can see that it has the number 3. That's the point cost to fire. Bottom left, that's its values when it comes to soft and armored targets. So red number is referencing firing against soft targets, and the blue numbers against armored targets. So higher the number, the better. Top right is the movement point cost, and the bottom right is the unit's defense, depending on which angle you're firing at it. So if you're firing at it from the front, you've got a stronger defense than if you've flanked around to the rear. Just like against an armor vehicle, it's got less armor in the flanks and the rear than it does in the front, obviously. The whole previous system was based on the fact that you had so many points that you could take to spend to do actions. So like the unit that I have on screen now, if you had 7 points starting and you performed 1 fire action and 1 move action, you would have spent 5 of your 7 points. All right, so you wouldn't be able to fire again because you don't have enough points, unless you get into using caps, the command action points, which is a part of the system. You get so many extra little bonus points that you can use to kind of help out any little actions, or have a spent unit perform an action after it's already used up all its points. The whole thing that Uwe was talking to me about is that they've revamped the system to use the weighted die that I was talking about, that you will take and roll the die and compare it against that number. Let's say the 2 there in the top right, and then depending on what you roll is going to determine whether or not the unit becomes spent. And like I said in the video, the dice is not just a standard 1 to 10 dice, it has different sets of numbers on it to affect the percentages that you're going to roll whatever number that you're looking for. Yeah, it's more likely that you'll roll a high number, but it has more than 1 on it, so you have more than that 10% chance of rolling a 1. It's a real interesting system, the way they've devised it. It makes me kind of think of a RTS, a real-time strategy type game, where it's very action-oriented, going back and forth, and just one side hitting this side, and just going real hard at it. And he was kind of explaining it to me that when they were using this to help out some military schools trying to teach their infantry leaders and combat leaders how to do more than just respond like in a first-person shooter, which they're used to growing up, how to think tactically, that they would have them playing a game like this, and then take and have the like the chess clock, that you have, and you'll perform maneuver, and then you have to hit your button, and then it's the other guy's turn. So not only are they having to think tactically, they're being timed on it as well to see how quickly they can absorb the battlefield, make the right decision, and then respond to changing aspects. Real interesting system. I am thrilled and excited to take and get this to the table. I will have it for you guys here soon. Any updates I get from Academy Games about what's coming down the pipe in the Conflict of Heroes series, I will make sure and put up for you guys, even if it's just a quick voiceover like I'm doing now, just saying, hey, here's what's going on with it. But that way I can keep you guys informed of what's coming up in the pipe for them. All right, that's going to be it for me. You guys take care. I will see you in the next one.